So I don't think I can express fully how frustrated I am at the moment. Sunday morning, we are getting ready for church. Yes, I know a lot of churches have decided that they are going to suspend physical services and move to just a streaming service. We are not one of those. Even though our governor was recommending that group gatherings would stop, it was actually for under 250 members, so we don't kind of fall in that. So we'll be good. We're going to have service. We're going to enjoy it. I'm actually going to be using this little thing here, Pixio Robotic Cameraman. I think you saw it last week. Mike and I were playing around with it. So we're going to give it an attempt, see how it looks on it. And I don't know, I think currently because of everything going on with the coronavirus, we're just kind of taking it day by day, week by week, and seeing what's going on. So my recommendation for any pastors out there is, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing. Try to bring the word of God to your people one way or another, however you can do that. So if that is just through physically meeting, do that. If it's through digitally meeting, do that. If you have got to go snail mail because you can't do either, well, you know what you should be doing? Write that sermon into a manuscript, drop it in the mail, and send it to your people. One way or another, make sure you get that message God put on your heart to them. Just as Abraham believed God, it was accounted to him for righteousness. Therefore we know that only those who are of faith are the sons of Abraham. This wasn't his biology, this was his belief. Just like Abraham believed, Zacchaeus believes. Zacchaeus says, "Look, Lord." He's confessing Jesus as Lord. This isn't just Zacchaeus climbing up a tree, and I wonder who this guy Jesus is that I keep hearing about. He sees him, he meets him, Jesus comes to him, salvation comes to him, and Zacchaeus believes. Jesus saw his potential, not just his present, not just the present of being lost. He saw the potential of being a son that is saved. Jesus Christ came to seek and save so that you and I would believe and behave. That's what he wants for us. He wants our belief to change and then it to affect our behavior so it proves where our belief is really at. Hey, that was a pretty good service. I really enjoyed it. Fun to preach the Word of God like always. We're wrapped up. I got to get back heading home. We've got some things to do. I've got a little bit of work to do this afternoon, and I think I'm going to try to get this sermon up and going for those that couldn't make it to church today. So we're out of here. I don't know if I'll talk to you guys later. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so I've got some more work to do on this morning. I'm really going to be doing some extra prayer today. I need to try to figure out what we're going to be doing this weekend. I'm kind of feeling like we might have to cancel service. I'm really trying to take some cues from our elected officials, see what they're working with. I know they're operating with a lot more information. And so it's trying to find this balance. I want to make sure that we're using godly wisdom, that we're not putting anybody in jeopardy, but at the same time, if this is the plan that we do where it's the social distancing, so to speak, and we're not going to meet together in person, I need to make sure that we're not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, at least in some capacity. And I've got to try to figure out, how do I as a pastor make sure that the Word of God that He has given for our congregation still gets to them? Okay, so here in just a few minutes, we're starting a video chat, a little conference call with the Value with Video and Vlog Your Ministry guys. This should be fun because it's the first time that all of us got together, and I have a feeling we're going to be talking about, the elephant in the room, COVID-19.
Okay. What are you guys' thoughts? What are you thinking through? Who's pastoring a church? Like, you're figuring out, what are all the questions? I think this is a good time for us to figure out how are we going to deal with all of this. Anybody want to have their first question or their idea that they're super excited about, but they don't know how to implement? Or do know how to implement?
I'm actually considering recording my sermon this week in a vlog format and then just setting it up for a premiere on Sunday.
Interesting. That might be first ever.
I figured it would be just something different versus the normal setting at your, couch in your PJs and just watching a sanctuary with kind of a static camera shot. All right, now back to work. Silly wife. Leaving the car seat put all the way forward. How am I supposed to get in with my long legs? Okay, I am heading over to pick up Flower. She is at the groomers, just got her hair did, and now I gotta go spend money. So I've actually been spending some time re-editing my vlog. Trey Van Camp threw his weekly vlog up yesterday, which, by the way, you should go check that one out. It was really good. The issue that I faced was when I looked at his, I realized that we both got a lot of inspiration from Gary Vee's weekly vlog. And you know what? Trey can pull it off. His text, his transitions, and things like that, they were amazing. They really were, but it's definitely Trey Van Camp. And I realized that's not really me, and it's not really my style. So last night and this morning, I essentially just scrapped all of the text, all of the transitions, and redid it because I realized it needed to have my voice. So hopefully that played through. Hopefully it came across all right. By the time you guys are watching this, the vlog will have been up for about a week, and I will have gotten some good feedback, I hope. And really, this is kind of a lesson that I've learned in other areas, and I'm still learning a lot with online social media and the digital presence. It's that it's good to take inspiration from other people, but you don't want to make it imitation. And so what I've got to do is I've got to find my own voice. That's what I would suggest for all of you, is really finding your own voice. It took me several years to do that with my preaching, to try to find my voice and my style. And now that I've got it, I'm super comfortable with it. And it's not like I haven't found my voice on YouTube, but every time I try something new, it's like I have to rediscover my voice again. Got her all picked up. She looks amazing. I got to get back home, and then I've got to make an announcement for our church that we are going to be suspending services for the next couple weeks at least, due to our governor saying that the recommendation is that gatherings of 10 or more not take place through the end of the month. So, we got that going. You ever have one of those moments where you open mouth, you insert foot? You know what I'm talking about? It's like those moments where you get like an instant check in your spirit that you just said something that you shouldn't have said. You know, maybe like...
So Jason Mayfield just went live in his group that he created, the COVID-19 response for pastors. And he said, do not do your sermon series. Nothing's as normal. Who is continuing their sermon series? I'm continuing my sermon series. What are you guys going to be doing, and what's your plan on content for this Sunday?
My normal sermon series. I ignore hashtag not your pastor.
Right on. That's a good call. That's a really, really good call.
So yeah, that happened. And I no longer said it, and all of a sudden it's like, that came from me. That didn't come from God. But my response was like, but God, I already wrote a sermon. Now I have to write another one. So I guess it's probably a good thing that we don't have home group tonight because, yep, that's what I get to do. So I gotta write this thing, and then I've actually got to, write it for the purpose of video, not for a live message, because I'm doing a pre-recorded message that's just going to premiere. This is really going to be interesting. So there we have it. I am all done with this message. I just got to I'm going to take the next couple days to try to figure out how I can do this creatively, because service is going to be different. We're not meeting like we would typically meet, and I don't want to just gloss over that. But at the same time, I want it to be engaging educational, and yet at the same time, I want to make sure that there is reverence with this. So, anyhow, that's all we got, folks. So now what I gotta do is I gotta get ready for this live stream. Jared and I are going live over on my channel, and we're gonna talk about the difference between social distancing and social isolation. And then I got a lot of stuff to do today. It's gonna be full. It's gonna be busy. I'm looking forward to it.
Because what are we forced to do? We can't do anything. We can't go anywhere. We can't labor. We can't build our kingdoms. All we can do is rest and be thankful and pray. It's
right.
Like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Lord knows what he's doing. He's redefining the church, because that's literally what this meeting's going to be. What is the church? Who are we? How do we be who we're called to be in isolation?
All right, we are heading over to church right now. I have been wanting to record this video to kind of get out to church leaders, pastors, all of those people. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how do we live stream, and how do we do it quickly? How do we do it cheaply? So I'm going to do a 3-minute Thursday. Yes, today is Thursday, so I've got to record, edit, upload, hopefully yet tonight. 3-minute Thursday about 3 ways that you can live stream your church service straight from your phone. And I also have to get over to my grandma's and get some information from my brother, and I've got to get over to Pella and give them their hard drive and turn in my keys and get my paycheck. Yeah, and it's 2:25. I got a lot to do. Okay, so that kind of threw a monkey wrench in our plans, getting ready to leave town, and then guess what? We had a flat tire. Hunk of metal sticking out of the side of it. And just like that, we are done. All right, now to the church. Yay! So I don't think I can express fully how frustrated I am at the moment. I feel like I just wasted like 2 hours of my life trying to create this video. I am missing one of my cables. It's missing. Have no idea where it is. I've searched the house before I even left. It wasn't here. I assumed it was still down at the church. I go down there and I can't find it anywhere. One of my greatest pet peeves in life is not having things where I left them. Now, I will fully admit that I have a problem just leaving things all over the place. But if I leave it in a random place, somehow it leaves like a little etch in my mind, and I remember that little place. It's when it's moved slightly, although even now that I say that, I don't know how many times I've asked my wife where my things are, and they're right where I left them, but I forgot where I left them. So I'm probably frustrated at myself that I can't find this, and it's right where I left it, and it'll be in the last place that I look. Because once I find it, I won't look anywhere else. I'm trying to put myself in a better mood. I think I need a break. I don't know, maybe I just hit stop for today, and I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Maybe nothing. I like the sound of nothing. So, yeah, this week has completely zapped my energy. It's funny because with us not meeting at church, I've actually been a whole lot busier. So I decided, because tomorrow is Saturday, I'm actually going to be recording the sermon and editing it tomorrow. I'm just lounging today. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to take today as kind of the rest day versus what I would normally do on Saturday. So I'm trying to be as flexible as possible. Make sure that when I get ready to preach the sermon, I've at least had some rest beforehand. My mental energy is up at peak levels, so that way I can be fully ready to minister the Word of God. So that's kind of what the thing is. It is me and my Roku, probably doing a little bit of YouTube TV, maybe some Netflix. Might jump on Hulu. Disney Plus is not out of the question. Wonder if Amazon Prime's got anything good. Okay, it is Saturday. I've got my gear all kind of packed up with the exception of, well, you guys. And we are going to head down to church, Logan and I. He's actually going to be running the camera and the gimbal for me while I record tomorrow's sermon. Yes, we're pre-recording it because we have horrible internet connection down there. And I don't trust it to do live just yet. And today is also somebody's birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Yeah, probably no fun to be sequestered on your birthday. However, we'll still do what we can. I think Jen has a plan to do a little mani-pedi type of a deal with them. I'm probably just going to go spend some money and get her whatever she wants for dinner. And a dessert. And then maybe we'll watch something that she wants to watch, like Live PD tonight. I think she's in there jumping up and down now. Did you just hear me say Live PD?
Yep. Because I was right next to the kitchen.
I was confident. I just said that in the other room, and I heard,
Yep.
how'd it go? What did it look like? So, that's the plan. Better get going. We're going to head that way. How am I going to record Logan recording me? I probably won't. I don't know. I'll insert a little clip of it right here. Hey everybody, Pastor Josh here. I'm so glad that you're with us here. Hey, what are you doing? Back up here. Back. You're supposed to. What? Like we can't do church in our pajamas? I mean, we're not meeting at church, so fine. I guess I'll go ahead and put this on and we can get to it. So Benjamin Franklin famously said, "But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes." Which is a very profound quote, and it's actually a very timely quote, because we certainly do find ourselves in uncertain times. Did you like what I did there? Certainly uncertain. You know, something else I kind of noticed is that we've got all of these parents that are sitting there and saying, you know, hey, we've only been like 3 days in social distancing, and now we're having to figure out homeschooling thing, and it's not cool. Yes, we've been doing that for years now. We understand your pain. Although, just to let you know, it does get easier. Like with everything, you figure out how to find a new normal and get along with everybody. It'll be alright. Just weather the storm.